In 1975, the United States Army faced a crisis that few outside the Pentagon fully understood. The Vietnam War had ended in defeat, public trust was shattered, and morale within the Army was at an all-time low. Soldiers were leaving, and the world began to question whether the United States could still maintain its military dominance. Inside the Pentagon, leaders faced a chilling question: what if the next war comes? And we lose again? That fear did not break the Army, it ignited a revolution. The Army realized that sheer numbers and firepower were no longer enough. Wars were being lost not because soldiers were weak, but because the system itself had failed. For the first time, the U.S. Army asked, how do we fight smarter? Rather than how do we fight harder? This question marked the beginning of a complete transformation. Soldiers were no longer trained to blindly follow orders, they were trained to think, adapt, and make decisions under pressure. Every recruit became a decision maker, learning to understand the mission, navigate chaos, and act independently when plans fell apart. Training became brutal and realistic, simulating confusion, civilian presence, exhaustion, and scarcity, forcing soldiers to face stress and uncertainty before ever entering a battlefield. Technology, once a support tool, became integral to every mission. GPS replaced guesswork, satellites allowed near-total battlefield awareness, night vision erased darkness, and drones gave real-time intelligence. The battlefield was no longer simply land, it extended into the skies, across borders, and into cyberspace, where information itself became the most valuable weapon. Simultaneously, the Army reinvented small unit warfare. Elite forces like the Green Berets and Rangers were trained to operate independently deep inside enemy territory, striking decisively without fanfare, headlines, or recognition. These teams became the blueprint for modern special operations worldwide. The combination of smart soldiers, rigorous training, advanced technology, and specialized units created a force capable of rapid adaptation, making the U.S. Army dominant not because of size or firepower, but because it could evolve faster than any opponent. Today, wars can begin and end before the public even realizes they exist, fought as much with information and strategy as with bullets. The revolution of the U.S. Army did not come from winning every battle, it came from learning from loss, embracing failure as a teacher, and daring to reinvent the very nature of warfare. This is the true story of how a defeated army transformed itself into the world's most powerful, adaptable, and feared military force, and it stands as a lesson for every nation, reminding the world to ask, what did the U.S. Army change? That we didn't?